While most polls came out wrong about which Republicans were to win here in New Hampshire, those same polls fared well on their Democratic predictions. President Carter defeated Senator Kennedy by 11 percentage points, very close to figures out of Iowa and Maine. But also like the earlier Democratic caucuses, if you listen to the Carter and Kennedy camps, both were winners. The exception this time around was California Governor Jerry Brown.
I want to know, how can people feel so good with 11%? I want you to tell me that.
As for Senator Kennedy, he must now change history, for no incumbent president has ever been beaten after winning in the New Hampshire primary. New Hampshire's senior senator and biggest Kennedy supporter, John Durkin, says it was a victory of sorts for the Massachusetts Democrat.
Well, I think you win in degrees, and with the change in the Democratic selection rules for the convention, it's the delegate fight that's important. And I think we've seen Governor Brown has essentially dropped out of the race, so it's a two-man race now.
Let me tell you about victories. As far as I know, in order to have a clear-cut victory, you've got to have over 50% of the population voting. And not one person in this campaign has done that. And
well, we got almost 40% of the vote. 4 years ago, Jimmy Carter got 28% of the vote, and he claimed victory. And we're claiming victory tonight.
Had the primary been held 2, 3, perhaps 4 months ago, it seems certain Senator Kennedy would have swept New Hampshire. But the fact remains he did not.
Well, it's another victory, and I guess that makes it 4 out of 4. And the president very much appreciates the support of the people here in New Hampshire. I think it sends a message abroad, both to our friends and to our potential adversaries, that the American people share the serious assessment of the president of the situation in Southwest Asia, and they support his response, which has been firm but measured.
The president moved into New England. He's a Southerner, but he took his message to the people. The people responded. They recognized a man of integrity, a man who has the ability to make hard decisions. And the nice part about it in the last few months, the word lack of leadership disappeared.
I don't think you can localize it or to one particular issue. I think there's a general, broad expression of support for the president and his policies and President Carter as an individual. And we've seen this now in Iowa, in Maine, in New Hampshire, and a rather dramatic expression of support against a very strong challenge. And we're happy with this victory.
So President Jimmy Carter has fended off the stern challenge of Edward Kennedy in the senator's so-called backyard. It seems there is no question that the world crisis of late has made New Hampshire Democrats support their president. At the Carter-Mondale headquarters in Manchester, John Manning, Channel 11 News.